Hey guys, and welcome to my new Netflix series review for the absolutely brilliant Kim's Convenience. Guys, if you're looking for an episode by episode hilarious Netflix series that is just so cleverly written, then strap in because this show is definitely for you. Now let's roll that synopsis. Kim's Convenience synopsis. The misadventures of a Korean Canadian running a convenience store. Guys, one of the most amazing things about Kim's Convenience that blew my mind, and I genuinely mean that, it really, really blew my mind, was how clever and just on point, comically brilliantly executed the jokes are in this series. I kid you not. Now this came out back in 2016, so I'm obviously a little bit late to the party. And I found out about this show because one of the viewers on the John Campea show actually sent in a request, and which is really funny because I actually don't remember hearing it at all. But my wife said that she heard them talk about it, and I was like, wait, what? So we looked it up on Netflix, and surely enough, all 4 seasons were completely on Netflix. And I kid you not, in any way, shape, or form, from the I guess you'd call it the pilot episode, like the first episode, from that episode to the very last episode, guys, they do not drop the ball at all, not once. It's rated PG, so it is completely for the entire family. Like, everyone in the family can watch this, and each episode goes for approximately around about 22 minutes, which is just perfect if you're home getting ready for work, or you've just chilled down for a bit and you just stop for lunch or whatever it is. Each episode seriously brings value. It really, really does. It brings this value of comical brilliance in every single episode. And it's a pure comedy. The main cast are PaulSun-HyungLee as Appa, which is Korean, if you don't know, for father. So Appa is A-P-P-A. It is, I kid you not, guys, it's... I gotta talk about this guy for a second. Seriously, Appa for a second. He's just so funny. I mean, like, belly laughter funny. Like literally, guys, just watching his physicality of his facial expression mannerisms in his character is just on point. Like, honestly, the facial expression he pulls. And when I get to the trivia, for those of you who've been following me for any period of time, I'll give you some just incredible facts about the trivia to do with this show. And it's like, wow, like, it's really, really eye-opening. Not to do with the character specifically, but to do with the actual convenience store. Because those of you who don't know, when they film stuff like this, the way they edit it together is so well done that it actually looks like that it's done like on the streets or in a real shop, but it's completely a sound stage, which is so amazing, because this show really does look like legitimately, it looks like it's done in New York, or Manhattan, or wherever it's filmed. He has a line, I believe it's the opening, as in after their title role. So the show starts off, and then they do their opening, their opening sequence for the show. And I don't believe it's every single episode, but most episodes, he starts the episode off with, "Okay, see you," and I kid you not, the way he says that every single time, literally every single time, you just crack up laughing because it is so funny. Now, in real life, Paul, the guy who plays Appa, his name is Paul. In real life, he is actually not Korean. He's Canadian Korean, but he doesn't speak Korean, as in accently in his normal natural dialect. He's actually Canadian, very strongly Canadian, really strongly Canadian. Because after the show, I was like, I want to know more about this guy. This guy's hilarious. I need to know more. And so I literally went back and I watched some interviews and stuff like that on YouTube. And he just is so... He seems like such a lovely person. Like, he's someone that I'd love to meet in real life, honestly. And that opening, okay, see you, like, it's so really, it's ridiculously so addictive to hear him say that after the show, now my wife and I, when I get out of the car or when we leave or something, but it's to the point where you don't want to overdo it, because it's just so funny that it's something that just, it resonates with you, but you don't want to ruin it by saying it too much. Jin Yoon as Ama, which is Korean also for mother. Oh, man. Wow. Just wow. I just, again, her natural dialect is Canadian. She's very thick accent Canadian. But in the show, just putting on the Korean accent as, you know, to really portray the real character of Ama to the audience. Oh, man, guys, come on. Seriously, she is so funny. She is so funny. And for those of you who've been following me for any period of time, one of the things you know that I really, really, really like to talk about is actually character chemistry. This show has character chemistry in absolute spades, and it really is one of the driving forces behind the show. Really, it really is one of the massive strong points of just driving the show like forward, because of how brilliant it is. And for those of you who've been following me for any period of time, before I go on, I just want to talk about one key element to this series that, and I haven't even brought this up yet because I've been wanting to so badly, and now I'm going to. It's the key word that film and television require desperately, and it really does, in my personal opinion, for it to be able to go back and be viewed over again, because it just has that fundamental core element that makes film. Those of you who've been following me for any period of time, you know exactly what I'm about to say. Rewatchability, guys. This word right here, rewatchability, guys. Rewatchability. Does Kim's Convenience have rewatchability, guys? And oh my gosh. Guys, this show is so on point, funny, and hilarious that my wife and I are actually literally going to rewatch it from scratch, from the episode 1. Really. It's on Netflix, guys. If I didn't say that earlier, it's on Netflix. Oh yeah, I did say that earlier. I said it at the beginning, but it's on Netflix. So I'm going to give Netflix a plug again. It's on Netflix. So if everyone's got Netflix, and I literally am so passionate about this show that I personally just tried to convince my own parents to get Netflix, because they don't have Netflix. I know they're like the 2% of the planet who don't have Netflix, but they're going to get Netflix because I need my mum to watch this. I need my parents to watch this because I know how hard they're going to laugh. Literally. That's how much confidence I have in this show, guys. I honestly, genuinely mean this. It has such a just the embodiment and the comic humor of rewatchability. It is so on point. Also, Andrea Bang as Janet. What a sweet, innocent person. Some of the humor behind her elements of her character's humor is really strongly focused on the fact of her insecurities, as in, like, she kind of doesn't know what to say, or she knows what to say, but she might say it wrong. And that's the elements of her character behind it. And I kid you not, in any way, shape, or form, guys, she suits the character so much that when you actually see the interviews with her, it's almost like that is just her. Like, she's not actually putting anything on. Now, speaking of dialect, yes, she is Korean, but her and her brother Jung, which I'll get to his real name in a second, they both speak. They don't have the Korean dialect. They just look Korean, but they're actually Canadian. That's the part about the show that I thought was really, really clever. And speaking of Paul Upper again, I just wanted to say really quickly, he's gone on to say this in interviews. He intentionally didn't say specific words in the show in Korean purely because of the fact that he wanted to try his hardest to make the authenticity of his character as close to speaking English and not Korean, due to the fact that the Korean words for some of the stuff that he was trying to say would be confusing. So basically, when he would say certain words, he had to actually say it in more Canadian than Korean, because you wouldn't get it if it was in Korean, because we wouldn't have understood the word. And I don't want to give this one away. The church element to what they call someone, a person, about the church is so funny, and I don't want to give that away, because for those of you who've been following me for any period of time, guys, I don't do spoilers in my movie reviews at all. No spoilers here, because I just don't find spoilers fair. So anyway, guys, and last of the main characters in the immediate family, guys, is Simu Luing as Jung. And him and his sister in this show, they're so on point with their comical elements. Like, honestly, and it's actually really funny because he's every cast member in this show is really attractive, but he's like physically, he's just shredded. And trust me, don't worry, girls, you'll see it. You'll just watch the show. You'll see it. He's absolutely shredded. It's ridiculous, but it's just amazing at how well him and his housemate, oh my gosh, their character chemistry is so good. I mean, so good. It is just so ridiculously, brilliantly hilarious. It really, really is, guys. It's so on point hilarious. And I'm talking about Andrew Fung, who plays the role as Kimchi. I'm not even kidding you, guys. I really, really am not. His Kimchi's chemistry with Jung, wow. Absolutely wow. It is so funny. It is so brilliant. They're just boys. Literally. They're just boys that are hanging out together, and they're just... the way that they communicate with each other is just incredible. Now, he's not a part of the immediate family, but as you go into the episodes, his character does get tied in, and it's so funny. Speaking of tied in characters, guys, Nicole Power, who plays Shannon Ross, they call her Shannon in the show, Nicole Power in this show, not only is she stunning, absolutely stunning, she's hilarious, she's brilliant, she's so quirky, and her character chemistry, honestly, guys, with Jung, when you see it, you'll know, you'll get it. It is so played out, so crystal clear. Their chemistry together is palpable. It is so strong. They work with each other in this show so dynamically. It is absolutely brilliant. Every time she's on scene, guys, every time without fail that she is on scene, I am so just I just want more of her character because she works so well. And also Ben Bocheman as Gerald in Kim's Convenience, guys. Again, his character is Janet's housemate. And I kid you not, in any way, shape or form, their chemistry and the people that come into their lives in their journey is just so funny. again, the character chemistry in every single one of the characters in this show is so well executed. It is brilliant. It's so perfect. It's so funny. It is just incredible at how well you just buy it as an audience member. It is just absolutely brilliant. Now, for those of you who've been following me for any period of time, I normally like to talk about the directors and, you know, who it is and stuff like that. And the reason why I haven't mentioned that purely is because of the fact that there are so many directors in the show, and it's a 4-season show. So I kind of wanted to leave that alone, because there's so many creators involved in that, and I just the list would be so long, and I didn't want to keep. I know this has already gone for a while, but it's so incredibly needed. It's an absolute must, seriously, because it really is just so absolutely brilliant. So for those of you who've been following me for any period of time, guys, now it's time in my movie reviews for trivia, because I love to give you guys trivia, because in my personal opinion, trivia in movie reviews is like icing on a cake. And who doesn't love cake? Oh my gosh, I love cake so much. So it's trivia time. The interior set of the Tatiria location is actually an exact replica of a downtown Toronto convenience store, Mimi Variety. Next piece of trivia is, guys, PaulSun-HyungLee, who plays Mr. Kim, Upper, is 10 years younger than Jean Young, who plays Mrs. Kim, Amma, in real life. How crazy is that? Even though it looks like the opposite way around, but it is what it is. Next piece of trivia is, guys, based on the successful 2011 play, which was a Fringe production. Next piece of trivia is, guys, Jin Yoon, who plays Amma, and Simu Lu Yui, Janet, who both play a part in Orphan Black as Janice Beck and Mr. Mitchell in Orphan Black, although not in the same episodes. Next piece of trivia is, guys, and just letting you know, I haven't seen Orphan Black, and I don't have any intention to. But that's really cool that they're in that. The exterior of the store is actually a store called Minnie's Variety, but after season 1, the owners kept the show sign up. The interior is a set built in a soundstage, which does not match at all the actual store's interior. Next and final piece of trivia, guys, and I'll leave you with this episode of my movie reviews, is Mr. Kim has rarely referred to his friends Mr. Chin or Mr. Meta by their first name, nor they him. Guys, just because you've been so amazing, I'm actually going to give you a bonus piece of trivia. PaulSun-HyungLee, Upper, and Jin Yoon, Amma, also worked together on episode 3.2, It Doesn't Have to Be Like This, 2017, of Dark Matter, 2015, as Dr. Borson and Dr. Hadget respectively, as well as 2 episodes of Shoot the Messenger, 2016, as Marty Jen and Georgie respectively. There you go, guys. I appreciate you being here. Guys, you know what to do if you're new to my channel. Subscribe, leave a like, click that bell for notifications, and don't forget, guys, who's bringing this TV Netflix series for Kim's convenience to you guys. Seriously, check it out. This is Superman Steve, guys, flying out.